All right, we're rejoining Peruda here in the Hall of Mirrors, if you will, after just completing the treasure room, trying to avoid the lures and charms of all the treasure you ran into before. Salim and was it Lorna? Were unable to resist their urge as they got closer and closer to the um, decoy lamp, if you will, and started a compelled fight with the Jins and some mimics in the treasure room. You guys defeated them, but it was pretty costly and not it was very difficult with just the four of you. As your other ally has scouted further ahead and has learned some more secrets himself, and is somewhere else where you guys will learn later. We kind of rejoin the remainder of the group as they started down this hall of mirrors, and they noticed that they weren't really going much further towards or backwards towards the way they were coming or going, and eventually found themselves attracted to the images shown in the reflections of the mirrors, and found themselves kind of in these pocket mirror dimensions here, which I will describe to you all individually. You guys are all isolated from one another, so at this point, I'm going to move you all to different secrets channels, and then we'll go from there. So I will actually, I'll keep you out all in a group up here and just pull you in one by one. That way you guys aren't dead ass bored or something. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna pull me in? No. Hello.
All right, hi. You know what? I'll do yours first.
Cool. And then I won't have to know when I'm not needed. Okay.
All right. So, as you look at the reflections, do you recall the images that you saw from last sessions? You saw
A
Caligra, the
reminder would
failed
be good.
Wilshire. Okay. Real quick, you know what? Let me move you back to the top, and I'll do a quick reminder for everyone,
Okay.
so I don't.
Cool. I'm
Hey
dead.
guys. Hey. uh,
That was quick.
uh,
Yep.
Laura brought up a good point, and I'm just going to recap what you guys saw in the mirror, the visions you saw in the mirror before you guys found yourselves isolated in this room. So you guys first saw a robed figure, mortal, kneeled down before an altar of Set, bleeding into a bronze lamp. He's asking, "Let me reshape the world," he whispers. A flash, the temple explodes outward, and radiant chains bind him to the artifact. Then you saw another vision of a young prince holding the lamp and trembling. "I wish for my mother to live." You see the mother's lifeless body laying on the hard stone floor, and then the lamp flashes. You hear screaming and smoke. Smoke fills the entire room. As soon as the smoke clears, he's alone and the body is gone. And then the third vision is a vision of Caligra herself before you. Oh my gosh, I'm not on Rule 20. What am I doing here? Which I will show you a picture of soon. Let me keep going. She stood before a cracked mirror, holding the lamp like a lamp like a chalice. It says, "He doesn't grant wishes anymore. He consumes them." And then that's where you find yourselves in these isolated rooms. I'm going to pull you down, Lorna, first, just because that way I can move you accordingly as I speak to the others. I'll be right back. All right, Lorna. You find yourself in a circular chambers with a dais in the center. You see three long stone pedestals rise, each holding a gleaming greatsword. The banners of Dunbrook hang from cracked marble columns, but one is tattered. Wrong somehow. You see a plaque that reads, "Only the blade of your homeland shall open the way. Choose with your blood, not your rage." And you see three seemingly identical blades before you. What would you like to do?
So there's three banners, three swords. One of the banners is tattered.
Mm-hmm.
Do the banners differ any other than the tattered one?
Nope. They're all seem to be perfect in shape and size and stuff. You're welcome to do um
Yeah, I was
like a
thinking.
perception check or something, or history or something like that if you'd like.
I was thinking of her to like go up and like I don't know, like see if there are any differences, kind of feel the vibe of the swords. Like, do any of them give off a stronger sense of home than the others?
Okay. Um,
I want a vibe check.
Let me see here. Go ahead. Or as you approach the blades, you do feel something. You feel kind of a glow and a warm sensation from each and every sword, though, upon this
Mm-hmm.
table. Um, Go ahead, and give me an insight check.
Sure. Ah, fuck. Oh, that is
Holy
a
shit!
natural 20 for 22.
You spend a good 5 minutes looking over these different blades, trying to identify some kind of difference in them, either by magical means, emotional connection, historical significance, anything that you could grasp onto these for these blades.
Mm-hmm.
And after a long, long time, you do decide to kind of, well, let me ask you, would you be willing to touch the blades?
Yes, she would be.
Okay. After you find no visual clues after spending 5 minutes or so looking at it, you eventually kind of touch one just gently, almost careful to try not to set off any kind of trigger or alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you feel no immediate danger, and as you kind of lift the hilt a little bit more, you find that you are able to, at least as far as you know, pick them up at this altar without any major consequences. So you start handling the blades, and you go one to the other. And I will say that after another 5 minutes or so of now kind of physically touching and examining these blades, only a trained master like yourself would note just the slightest shift in the weight in one of the three blades. It's not the only reason you would notice it is because it is kind of weighted in a way that is typical for swords from your homeland
Mm-hmm.
are weighted. This one seems more genuine than the other three.
And is that the one on the tattered banner?
It's
Or were the
under it's
others?
uh nope, they're just all three laying. The banners are kind of in the back of the room, not
Oh,
necessarily
okay.
right
Oh,
above
okay.
the swords.
It's
Yep.
not like the choice is per the banner. Okay.
No, 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 no. There
Okay.
it's basically choose a sword.
Yes. Um, yeah, she's gonna take a moment with it and then she will kind of hold it in front of herself and say, I choose the sword of my homeland, and just hold it.
You see the mirror before you kind of start to crack, not spidered or fractured like a traditional, like a broken mirror, but almost like a perfectly clean crack going straight up and down with only the slightest ridge and jag. And eventually it kind of looks like this hard metal glass starts to fold outward, and you see this bright kind of black, I'm sorry, this bright white light kind of coming from within the mirror, showing you a way out.
She will keep the sword with her and go through it.
Okay. The altar kind of, as you start to step towards the mirror, the altar kind of fades away. All the banners and stuff kind of go to darkness. Not dim light or shadows, but just like magically dark,
Mm-hmm.
opaque, as if you can see before you. And the sword that is in your hand is no longer there. As you approach the light, though, you feel gravity shift as it pulls you through. And that's where I'll leave you to regroup with the rest on after they get done with their rooms.
Alrighty. Do you want me to keep me in for the audio?
Yep, yep, yep.
Cool.
And I'll try to make this about that long. How long did that take? About 5 minutes? So I'll try
Yeah.
a little bit longer.
Whatever.
Okay. Not that I'm trying to rush anyone. I just want
No.
to try to keep the pacing good
Yeah.
for everyone. So.
But take
All
your
right,
time.
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
All right, cool. I will bring someone else in next. All right, Cronus. As you step through the mirrored veil, you find yourself standing at the center of an hourglass chamber. You see floating rings and gears all kind of hovering around you in this weird space, and sand seems to be hovering above. Sand and the glass seems to be hovering above you, almost suspended in like slow motion. You look around the room, and you'll also see. I'm sorry. As you look around the room, you'll also see some gears and some other kind of mechanisms that seem to connect and intersect with some of the other floating mechanics of this room. It's kind of difficult to understand the complexities, but you could potentially look into that. But as you start to examine the rooms, you hear this voice into your ears. It says, "I rule the present. I am made of the past. And unseen, I shape the future." What would you like to do in this room?
Um, the mirror where I came in, is that still there?
Yep, and it kind of just shows you only this, the reflection of this room and yourself currently.
Um, just making sure. Looking in the mirror, is it like an exact copy of the room? Or is
Yeah,
there anything? Okay.
it looks
Making
like
sure
a.
there's nothing different in the mirror, that I see something extra.
Oh, I got you. Nope, it's just reflecting the room that you are present in at this time.
Mm. You said there was an hourglass?
You're kind of like the room itself. It's like you're inside of an hourglass, the bottom half, with the mirror in there with you. And looking above you, you see like sand in slow motion, kind of falling down about like onto your head eventually.
Gotcha. Um, I'll go over to the gears and just give it a once over, see if there's any way to see if I can like grab a hold of it and maybe try to like force to stop it or
Okay.
something along that line.
Go and do a let's do an insight check. Or I'm sorry, you know what? Insight or investigation.
They're both shitty, so it don't matter.
I would even take Arcana, but I think that's also going to be equally shitty for
Oh,
you.
oh, my insight is better than all those.
There you go. Okay. You start to mess with the gears and stuff and look around, but you just can't seem to make sense of it. And as you have to experiment to kind of learn how they may or may not work, it seems that some of the sand has started to pour quicker out of the dial, and the room of this, and the land of this. I'm sorry, the terrain of this room becomes difficult to travel upon as the sand gets a little bit deeper for you to move through. Would you like to try inspecting them again, or maybe see a different way of interacting with the gears? Um, I will say after a few moments have passed, since the sand has gotten a little bit deeper, you notice the sand's going a little faster, and you hear the same words again fill your ears. I rule the present, and made of the past, and unseen, I shape the future.
Do the walls look like they're made of glass?
Yeah,
Can I go over and strike the wall?
you definitely can. Go ahead and do so. I won't make you make a check for it, but I assume, use your trident and you strike the wall, and it makes the sound of glass, but it barely just kind of scuffs the exterior. Or scuffs the, I'm sorry, the surface of the glass. A few minutes pass as you ponder, and then the sand starts to fill up a little bit more, starting to get to your thighs now.
How much? Can I tell how much sand is above me?
Uh, it looks like enough to fill this room. Like I
Okay.
say, it's like an hourglass kind of shape and form. So the sand seems to be, supposedly, you would assume it's going to be equal on both sides. And again, that riddle fills your ears.
So if you don't mind, could you just type it out?
And I can always come back to you if you want some time to think about it too.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay, cool. All right. I will leave you in secrets though, so there'll be no collusion. I'll be back. Callie Storm.
Yes.
You find yourself in a narrow chapel of dark stone. The altar ahead is cracked, and above it a flame hovers, suspended in stillness, and beneath it a divine script partly burned away can be seen. As you're pretty close proximity, so you won't have to approach too much further, but you can make out the beginnings of it. And it says, "She who bears light shall speak the flame's name." But it seems like there's wording that should be following after that, and it's burned away. The air is heavy in here, and you feel pressure. For once, or I would say probably for the second time, feels the most away from your goddess you've ever felt, and distant. As it's kind of one of the few times since from your faith you've felt alone. What would you like to do? Would you like, or go ahead, I'll let you.
I'm going to try and search my memory to see if I've ever heard anything similar to what's written here.
Okay,
Is it-
yeah, I'll take with this being like more about I'll be like some kind of prayer. I'll take a religion check.
Sure. 11.
You know you've heard this somewhere, but you can't, for the life of you, start to pick up on exactly how this wording finishes. You will notice that a flame upon the altar does light up, and once it lights up, you'll notice that there's two other torches nearby that are not lit.
Are the torches like soaked in anything, or is it more of these are going to be magically lit torches?
Magically lit torches.
Well, fuck it. We're gonna try some magic. I don't
Okay.
know if this will work, but... So, what is the prayer written on? It's like around the mirror?
It's kind of like a cracked like stone almost that has this kind of etched in that is burning. Oh no, I'm sorry. That is not what this says. I messed that up. Uh, it is cracked stone, alternating cracked stone,
Mm-hmm.
and then the script is partly burned away. So it's almost as if it's kind of scorched out, and something kind of destroyed part of the etching, I guess, in the stone of this chapel or this altar.
Is it like on top
Go ahead.
of the stone or like engraved in the stone? Like if I put my fingers along it, can I get a bit of the engraving? Or is it
Go
like
ahead
completely
and
gone?
do. It's mostly destroyed in, but let's see what you can get. Go ahead, just do a. I'll do investigation for this one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, Lorna got a 22 in insight.
Nope. It's a 1.
It's really a smashed looking kind of piece of stonework here. You're not getting much from that. In fact, the altar collapses on you and you're dead. um, you can do another Arcana check though, or a religion check if you want to try again, seeing if you recall anything.
I mean, yeah, gonna have to. 23.
Okay. All right. As you ponder and are getting nowhere with the physical evidence of it, you have to recall your faith and you start saying prayers in your mind, kind of over and over and out loud that sound that has to do with light and flame, but you can't, but nothing quite in the wording that has started this prayer. And after about 10-15 minutes though, you start to recall you're not quite sure if it's something you're recalling or if you've just been repeating the first half of the prayer so many times that it's sunk into your mind. But you finally find the next 3 words of the it says or be devoured, and now you're kind of like, or be devoured what? And so you're trying to think of the next ones. Go ahead and make another religion or arcana check to see if you can complete the other thing.
No, I can't.
You say or be devoured by darkness, and then the other torch.
Yeah.
The second torch lights up. And go ahead and do one more religion, arcana, or history check if you would like to try to remember the last part of the prayer.
10.
All right. I'll give you a fair shake to try to complete the puzzle yourself. What it says. So, she who bears light shall speak the flame's name, or be devoured by.
But that's the fair shake is me guessing it. Got it.
You got it.
It's just like, or this is a multiple choice test.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. I'll give you a multiple choice. That's fair. By darkness, her silence, or the deep.
Was that last one the deep?
The deep, yeah.
What was the whole thing again without the last word?
Sure. Let me do this. This might be easier if I just put it into chat.
Sure. Or you can message me if you want it to be secrety.
Yep, here you go. So, she who bears light shall speak the flame's name or be devoured by, and the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is
Darkness, silence, or the deep. Well, we're not underwater.
Yep.
it's been letting me mutter under my breath the whole time. And we are literally fighting the darkness. Flame is light. We're gonna go with A. Regis. If I remember correctly, he was the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Get the text, or the burnt out space around the altar where it's hard to make out. And as you speak those final words, you see all the etchings in the lettering kind of glow, a completed divine prayer. And you start to see the altar kind of reshape and reform. And now the divine prayer is perfectly written across the top of it once again, easy to read. You feel kind of the air kind of suck out of the room a little bit in the direction you came from the mirror, and turning around, you're going to see that the mirror starts to cleanly break in the middle with very few jagged edges or splintering glass at all. It will then kind of peel open into the room, revealing a bright white light, and you can kind of feel the wind kind of being pulled from this room into that opening, offering you a way out. What would you like to do?
Just take one last look over her shoulder. Just like surveying the room. Is there anything indicative of this could be important? Or like, is this just a trap that the cave put me in that it looks like? Or like, is it trying to tell me something?
You turn around to look where you came. It is completely dark. It's not like shadow or no light. It is like opaquely black, as if everything behind you no longer exists, giving you the feeling that this is all part of a trap and puzzles and things to keep adventurers away from the lamp.
This cave has a lot of trust issues. I'm gonna walk through the mirror doors.
All right, and you feel yourself kind of bend in, like with the light, no longer just physically walking through it. It's as if you're kind of entering this black hole thing, and your body starts to melt and get pulled into it, and you shoot through the white space. And I will regroup with you once the others have completed their mirror room experience. All right, move you back up here. All right.
Gearing thing.
They seem to just be swirling around the room and turning, but it doesn't make clear sense as to what exactly is what they're connected to or what their purpose is in the room. You can definitely make another check if you like to try. I will say at this point, the sand has definitely reached probably up to your abdomen at this point.
I mean, the problem is I understand the riddle. I just don't see how it corresponds to what's going on in the room.
Do you want to try an answer to the riddle?
Well, I mean, it's probably time or memory, something along that line.
Which one's your guess?
I'm gonna go with time, just because it fits the theme of the room.
Okay. As you say time, the sand kind of keeps falling and falling, but you notice the mirror that you came from that is almost about 3/4 of the way covered at this point. You'll see that a crack cuts cleanly through the glass, and it folds outward into the sand, and it starts sucking the air, and you see the sand just starts draining through this opening in the mirror. As you're kind of in it, go ahead and give me a dexterity or saving throw if you'd like to try to avoid being pulled with it, but it looks like this is an opening out of this room. Where are you at? You resist, and you find your footing on the other respiratory floor, but it does pull you quite close to it. But eventually, you are left, or you're staying before this mirror with an open white hole before it, and very little sand, except for a very light dusting around your shoes. The gears and everything in the room stop ticking, and noise kind of vacates as you are left before this mirror that is open.
It's like stop trying to pull me through, right?
You still feel air; it's not pulling you through, but it's not like forcing you to come through. But it will definitely pull on you as you get closer and closer.
Can I see what's on the other side of the mirror?
It's just bright white light.
Okay. I will go ahead and step through the mirror.
All right. As you start to step, you feel your body turn to like soup, and it feels like you're being. It looks and feels like you're going to get pulled into a black hole. And you start to get sucked right through the opening as the mirror kind of forms itself behind you as you exit. And I will be right back with you when I get with the rest of the group.
Mhm.
All right. Salim. You
Yes.
there? Awesome. All right. Salim. You find yourself in a small golden room covered wall to wall in merchant guild sigils. At the center sits a plinth with a blackened chest bearing an elaborate rotating cipher lock. Rings of letters, symbols, guild crests. Above it, in floating gold script, to open what is locked, you must remember who you were. You are welcome to examine it further or investigate the room or do anything else as you wish. There doesn't seem any openings that are past other rooms. The only thing else in the room is the mirror that you kind of came from behind you.
Okay. Investigate the room.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check for me, please.
Ooh.
You look around the room.
That's a talent. That's an ability.
Yeah, it's an ability check, so that would be what?
That would be a 12.
A 12. Okay. A 12. You look around the room, and you find nothing really out of focus or anything more than what I kind of already described. You find more symbols of the merchant guilds and other things around the room. Not noting anything else really around your area, your kind of attention kind of goes back to the little mechanism that kind of seems to be rotating and locking and moving in different positions over and over. It seems to be the only animated object in the room at the time. You're welcome to investigate that if you'd like, or do something else
The
if you'd
mirror.
like.
Can I check out the mirror?
Sure. You walk over to the mirror, and it seems like an ordinary mirror at this point. You touch it, and it's hard, just like a regular mirror, and it's just reflecting back you inside this massive golden room with this chest. One thing I will say, as you're examining the room, when you were examining the room, uh, you start to know. I mean, you do recognize symbols from families past. Different either families that have been your kin is married into, or very other famous kind of famous family sigils. You'll even notice your own on a few of the walls.
The symbols are on the walls. And what is the lock that's spinning? What are the symbols on that?
You will notice that there is various sigils of different families spinning on the lock. You do notice that yours is also on there.
Okay. And it's just a regular. I don't understand what you mean by it. It's a lock that's spinning. Like a
Think of,
combination lock that's
yeah,
spinning?
think of like a combination lock that has spinning. And each set of numbers are different sigils of different guilds.
Okay. So can I I'll take hold of the lock. See if I can stop it from spinning.
Sure, you could do sleight of hand.
Okay. Not rolling
Okay.
good today.
As you start to try
That's
to
15.
a 15, is you start to try to mess with it and start fiddling with some of the numbers, you seem to trigger a kind of a defense mechanism, and it kind of pricks your finger, just pierces you briefly. It doesn't seem like you quite know how to handle this mechanism. You're welcome to try again or investigate it more thoroughly if you'd like.
How big is the chest?
The chest is probably about football size. You can put it in your lap. You can sit down with it.
Yeah, I'll check out the chest. Pick it up, look around underneath it, check it out.
You look at it. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
That's 12.
Not going too well for you tonight, Celine.
No, it isn't.
You start to fiddle with it a little bit more and shaking it, and you feel a little bit of a zap at kind of fumbling around with the box a little too much. You're welcome to keep holding it and investigating it further, or look back at the lock, or you could try, you know, cracking that lock or stopping that or breaking that lock open the old-fashioned way again. It's your call.
I'm going to set it down. I'm going to check the walls, the signets on the walls.
Sure, go ahead. Do another investigation check for me.
Oh, I'm going to first cast a spell.
Okay, go for it.
Detect magic.
Okay. You're not really detecting any other magic besides what's coming from that magical locking mechanism.
Just the lock.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the mirror that you came from too.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to try the lock again. I'm going to try to match it up. Try to get it to stop on the symbol for my family.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Man,
You try it
that's
one more time,
15.
but you aren't able to dial it in and get it to stop exactly on this family sigil as you had hoped. As you fail for the third time trying to figure out how to handle this box, the box starts to kind of move and come alive on its own. And all of a sudden, you see it kind of spring open, and you are confronted by this little tiny creature. And I am going to need you to roll for initiative. That's not doing it.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go. You got
Wow.
it.
Got a 1.
Right.
I'm going to. Let's see. Yeah, I'll stick with that. See what the creature does.
You will get surprise on you. Yeah, let's see here.
I know what kind of creature it is.
It's it's a small construct.
It's a small construct. Okay.
Yep. He is going to make a gesture at you, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
There we go.
You overcome the charm with ease, and it's kind of taken aback. That is going to skip your turn for the surprise round and bring it back to his turn. He's going to re-roll. Nope, no recharge. He is going to instead cast mirror, or not cast, but use the ability called Mirror Illusion, and he creates two illusionary duplicates of itself. That is going to be its turn there. Bringing us to you, Saleem. What would you like to do?
All right. How big is the room?
I would say it's about 40 feet in diameter in all ways.
Okay.
You are currently standing right next to it.
Right next to it.
Yep.
I am going to.
And at this point, I don't think this was private, so I think I'll go ahead and move us all back up top.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead. Okay, go for it.
Do
There
it.
you
Saleem has found himself in a little bit of trouble.
We have noticed.
go.
Okay, that's a wisdom. What is that? Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
Fail.
What did you
D16.
How much
Pissed off
damage?
Something.
It takes 48
Okay.
neurotic.
Necrotic. Okay. Go ahead,
So
roll
it's-
damage.
And do I include cosmic?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So it's. Let's see. Let's get actually on the thing first. And I knew I 50% chance, and I knew I hit the wrong slash. They won.
All right. It takes significant damage, and you notice the little construct kind of fumble across the table after taking that little beating, but it's seems like it's ready to respond. Anything else on your turn?
No, I don't think so.
All right. It is going to start attacking you with all these gold coins that seem to just make up a lot of its body that float and hover and spin around him in all different ways. And he is going to attack you with these things. Both, what's your 21's your AC, right?
21.
Both of those miss. Oh, I didn't do this yet. Let me roll some recharges. All right, that seems back on. I'm back on track, guys. It's your turn, Salim. What do you want to do next?
I'm going to do Toll the Dead again.
Okay, go for it.
It is a cantrip, so it's a spell save, DC 16 Wisdom.
Sorry. Yep. 11 fails. So go for it.
Okay, so
Roll your d12.
Toll the Dead is a D12 if the target is missing any of its hit points.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Go for it.
So
And
it's-
add your D6 for cosmic damage too.
Yep.
Actually, or no, you have to do. You do have to do.
28.
28 points of damage. As the little construct starts to crumble and fall apart before you, so does the whizzing and whirring of the lock, and the box kind of opens up, blinding you with bright light. And once you finally gain vision, the room is completely dark and everything's missing. And behind you is the only thing that's shining light in the room now is the mirror, cracked open in half, folded open into the room, and is pulling wind out of this room towards this bright white light. It's hard to see anything past the brilliance of the light coming out of the mirror, but it's seemingly the only way out of this room.
All right. I will let it take me. It's pulling me.
It's just lightly tugging on you at this point.
All
But
right.
as you
I'll
approach
head
it, it'll
that
get
way. Yep.
As you get closer and closer to the mirror, you looks and feels like you are being pulled into a black hole. Your body kind of turns into almost liquid or fluid-like kind of composition until you are sucked through and you start getting pulled to the other side of the mirror. And this is where we kind of regroup with everybody here. So I hope everyone's back here now. As you start to get pulled through, you all start to bend and turn into almost beams of light. And you start to shoot through the astral sea, seeing celestial bodies all over space, until eventually you all start to descend upon the temple. I'm sorry, this great pyramid floating in the astral sea. One second. As you guys approach this floating pyramid in the sky, you all go through the point of the top of the temple, and start going into the room until eventually you all find yourselves inside this large throne chamber, hewn from black sandstone and brimstone. The walls are etched with snarling beasts, broken halos, and in the center of the chamber sits a monstrous figure, a horned, jackal-headed, skin like monstrous figure, horned, jackal-headed, skin like volcanic rock, and veins glowing with flowing flame, wings folded, arms resting, and in his chest glows a burning sigil of the Ankh. Set watches you, not with his only eyes, but his intention. And let me change your guys' screen real quick. As you sit before Set, each in actually, but you notice that you seemingly are alone with him, and you don't see any of your allies there with you. And he
Who is
introduces.
this?
This is the god Set.
I meant who was he seeing, but go on.
And as you guys both enter, he kind of introduces this and says, "One step from power, and all your steps have led you here, mortal. Do you bargain with gods, or only pretend not to?" Five of you, five flames. I wonder which will flicker first when the wind changes. Alas, the lamp has become misused. Not by you. Not yet. But I smell intent, and I taste desperation. So let me help you. And this is where we'll go back to secrets again, guys. And I'm actually going to start with you, Skyboard, because you got here first. All right. Lorna, you good?
All good.
All right. Skyboard. You see this deity before you. Um, oops, what happened here? Bear with me, Skyboard. I just literally scrolled away from my page. What's all my notes? Where the hell did I put it? Where the fuck is it? Sorry, Skyboard, give me 1 second. I don't know where my notes went for this. Here we go. Jeez Louise. Sorry about that, Skyboard. He kind of addresses you directly, Skywalker. It says, "You guard the balance, but what if the balance is poisoned?" You see 3 kind of droplets fall, one crimson, one golden, one storm gray, forming a root that pulses in time with the veil. He speaks out to you. Take it. Let the veil speak louder than a lamp. Or let the world drown in one last silence. You and your allies surely want to stop the Dark Disciples. And I want to stop them from misusing my lamp so my plans can come to fruition. Certainly we can help one another.
I am uncertain who you are or what you want. All I care about is bringing balance back to nature. If it is our destiny to go extinct, then that is part of nature. That is chaos in its own natural way.
How do you and your friends intend to stop Nidell and Calligra from taking those keys from you and eradicating everything from existence? Don't you want to stop your execution?
All living things wish to live longer. And I will do what I can to make sure that I and everyone else live as long as we can. I am not sure as to how we're going to do it exactly. But I do know I cannot allow the keys fall in the hands of these individuals.
No, you cannot. We agree. Any of these relics in their hands is foul for anyone. Take what I offer. It will weaken your foes, negate Nick Calligra and Night Owl's special talents, and give your group the upper hand to get the keys back from them.
I am not certain of who you are and what you want.
I know you don't worship my kind mortal. You pray to your spirits. It's quite one reason I've had my eye on you. Very few of my dealings ever come across mortals that have dealings with some of the mystic spirits of this realm. Clearly you are important. Clearly you are the vessel to help me get this lamp out of the disciples' hands. For I am the god Set. And these plans with this lamp were made ages ago before these dark disciples came back.
I will do as I can to get the lamp from them. Exactly what is it you want?
Only for you to use the lamp as it was designed. Relieve them of the lamp and make one last wish. Set Jafar free and have your darkest desires granted. That's all I'm asking you is for you to make a wish. Think of all the good that you could do.
Doesn't grant wishes. It consumes them.
Lies told by these filthy tieflings.
I saw it with my own eyes.
He growls in frustration, clearly seeing he's getting nowhere in his dealings with you. Still, you are my best odds in defeat or making sure the lamp does finally serve its purpose in the end, or in the long run. So I will leave you with I will not leave you completely empty-handed. And his eyes kind of glow red, and the smoke and fire in the room starts to grow bigger and bigger, and you find yourself start to heal all over. You replenishing all your health back to maximum.
I got a ring that does that for me.
You experience a short rest, all the benefits of a short rest, and you again dematerializing it, sucked through the pyramid and across the sea, and eventually into this cavernous room with these 4 rock-like pillars. And I will come back to you after I get with the other group. Is that cool?
Okay.
Any questions before I do?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Cali Storm.
Yes.
All right. So this deity is looking down at you. He says those wonderful, fantastic things to you. And I did it again. I lost my place. Damn it.
You mean the one who asked us if we're going to ask him for help or not?
All right. As he kind of looks at you after saying those words, he looks at you, not smiling, but instead he tilts his head ever so slightly. Your goddess gave you mercy. I offer you the end. He lifts the black ankh, fires coiling around it, whispering like voices lost to time. He will rise, they always do, unless you say no, unless you end him.
Are you really offering to kill me?
No,
don't know why
I
we take
want
that.
you to help me kill those tieflings. who are misusing and corrupting my lamp.
Sounds like you need our help then. Or at least we have mutually similar goals.
I want those tieflings defeated, and I offer you a gift that can help you tip the scales, if you will, against your fight ahead with them. I
I'm
offer
sure
you
this-
this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, I hope this is the gift that doesn't come with any strings.
I only have one simple request to make.
Which
Me-
is?
Once you free the lamp from their clutches and undo the corruption they have started to misuse it, started to make use of, I would like you to make a wish upon the lamp.
What wish?
Any
doubt you
wish of
can.
your heart's choice. Something preferably pure to cleanse the taint off what the tieflings have left me.
And just to be
Oh.
clear, or I'm hoping you will honor me with answering this truthfully. When we destroy the tieflings, recapture the lamb, cast this wish you ask of, are we going to be bound to it like the first person who cast a wish on it? Or the one who probably destroyed his mother?
Your wish will be special. Your wish will be final. Yours shall be the last wish ever granted upon that lamp.
And it won't bind any of us to it.
Of course not.
Is he telling the truth?
You are welcome to make an insight check.
Want me to whisper it or do it in?
Oh, you can just go ahead and do whisper. Yeah, go ahead and do whisper.
Inside down. Oh, 31.
Alright, so he is not lying that you won't be bound to the lamp,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not being all the way forthcoming. But he is being truthful.
Do I know that this is set? And do I know
Yes.
who that is?
I will say yes, you would, just being,
The Egyptian
very,
deity of chaos, basically.
yeah, that, and you are, closely connected with Aphrodite,
Yep.
and other deities.
Huh. What is it exactly you're trying to hide from us?
Only freedom.
Of you?
A deal made long time ago.
Which was?
That once Jafar granted 1,000 wishes, he would be released from his servitude for the lamp. Or his prison of the lamp, as he so lovingly puts it.
And you want to end that so that he is freed? Or that he's put back in servitude?
Well, he's made one special promise to me that he plans to keep before his freedom for sure.
Which is?
That
Oh.
is between me and him, and not you and I.
Can you answer one question about it? And honestly, you don't actually have to either. Not like I'm in a position to force you. Whatever he promised you, is it going to hurt people directly?
You worry about things that are not yours to worry about. I am offering us both a beneficial path forward to defeat these tieflings that are in my and your way. One of your party members have already agreed to one of my offers. I only offer you the same opportunity.
One of them already agreed.
I don't care to repeat myself to mortals.
Well, let's hope this partnership goes better than your last one then. Deal.
And the Ankh kind of gravitates to you, and it's as you grab it, you notice that it's etched with these divine runes from different pantheons, Egyptian, Norse, and Olympian. It glows faintly with reddish gold light, and mechanically, real quick, what it can do is when a creature would activate a death negating effect, such as rebirth, that thing that Nidell did to you guys in the fortress, uh, the wielder of the Ankh can use a reaction to shatter it and nullify its effects. The target's revival or negation fails, and instead they take 10d10 necrotic damage immediately. This damage bypasses resistances. It cannot be reduced by features such as Death Ward or Undead Fortitude.
This down. Basically, I get a no quit trying to not die, bitch.
Yeah, you just essentially nullified its spell or its wish capabilities or I'm sorry, that rebirth effect. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Set says, cut their heads clean off. I have no use for them, and they have defiled this thing that I have set into motion years before their coming. I wish you the best of luck, and you'll notice that all your wounds have completely healed, and you benefit from the effects of a short rest, and you are sucked through the roof of the pyramid once again like a noodle of light shooting back to the astral sea, and you find yourself in a rock chamber or a cavernous chamber again with 4 pillars and a familiar friend of Skybore, and I will move you guys together in a private chat for you guys. Skybore and Callie, you guys are reunited in this cavernous room, investigating the 4 pillars, with plenty to talk about, I'm sure. I'm gonna move Lorna down to the next channel, and you guys can continue to chat away. All right, Lorna, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, Lorna McKinley.
Ah.
So you hear these words from Set, and after these previous words, he continues and looks at you directly. Molten eyes trace the scars on your knuckles. His tone grows reverence. You carry nations on your back, girl. Rage and crown both. Kings don't kneel, they bleed. Eventually, you'll notice before him, up here, actually, I'm sorry, before you, a drop of red, gold, and silver drips from the claw into a basin of fire. This is the blood of the 3 gods who dare to defy fate. Drink it, and you will not fall, not without shaking the heavens when you do. Help me and defeat these tieflings and free their corruption from my lamp.
And what if I don't drink them?
I only offer you the tools to defeat our enemy. Drink this and you will be granted it and nullify the devious magic that Caligula waits to use upon you. This will prevent her abilities from ravaging you and so maybe some of your allies.
Can she tell if he is being truthful in the sense of he's doing this so that he can be free of their corruption, not be free of the lamp?
I'm so sorry. Say that again. Like,
So she's wondering if, like, he's telling the truth about wanting to be free of their corruption, not necessarily being free of the lamp. Or is that
oh, I
part of
want
the deal?
he wants the lamp back in the Cave of Wonders and them expelled.
Okay.
They are not using the lamp as it is intended, but instead using it to just fuel their dark magic already. And if this is the case, the lamp will never be used again. I offer you this cup, this chalice, the blood of the three pantheons, to consume and negate the effects of Caligula and her cursed magic. And all I ask for you is to free the lamp and replace make your final wish.
Do I have to make a wish?
He kind of grunts in frustration. That is what the lamp is intended for. It needs to have wishes to finally complete the ritual.
Okay.
Yours will be a thousandth wish.
Okay.
Key to unlock everything.
She'll drink from the chalice.
It burns as it goes down your throat. It's almost feels acidic and corrosive as it kind of pours down your gullet and into your stomach. You drop to your knees, clenching in pain. You see the veins in your arms and body start to turn black across your skin, and you are in the most agonizing pain you've ever experienced before. Eventually, you lose consciousness from the extreme pain, only to wake moments later with your body looking exactly as it was before, under no duress or any other ailments or effect.
She just stands up slowly.
And let me get that. I think I have it mechanically written down here. And if not, I'll definitely get you a item card for this boon. But let me just give you a quick rundown of it. What it does is it will nullify the effect of one of Caligula's main abilities. You would remember most notably, it's kind of like remember you're fighting Nidell and he had that rebirth ability that kind of brought the dragon back. Caligula has kind of a super ability that this will nullify when she tries to activate it, if you so choose to use the boon.
Okay.
But I'll give you an actual or item card for it as well.
Okay.
He nods at you. Certainly you are fit to rule and continue the legacy of the McKinley clan. Now, go to rejoin your friends and make sure to stop Nidell and Celine. Or I'm sorry, Nidell and Caligula and Celine.
Nidell and Celine.
Nidell and Caligula as soon as possible. All right, I'm gonna move you in. After that, you start to turn into noodle light again, shooting through the roof of the pyramid and out across the astral tree and back into a large chamber of rock and stone with four rock hinge-like pillars kind of in the center, and you are reunited with Callie and Skybor. Unfortunately for you, I have to keep you here to keep. All right, so I'm gonna bring Salim in next.
Awesome.
Salim, are you there?
Yes.
Yep. Sorry for so much to split the party. I think it's gonna get better after this. So, as you appear before that, that starts to circle you like smoke. He never touches you, just kind of hovering and floating around you. He speaks. You lie so beautifully, so often, you almost believe them yourself. A flicker of silver flares in Set's hand, reality bending like a coin flip midair. What if this lie made itself true? Take it, speak it, twist the game one last time. You deserve a trait the gods fear. And he extends a silver coin to you. You and your friends will be key in defeating Nidel and Kariga and freeing my lamp from their clutches. Take this. And rewind fate, maybe. Give you yourself a second chance at some point.
I drop to my knees. I bow to him. I say, I give you all honor. I am not one of your followers, but I still show honor and reverence to gods. I accept your gift. I hope I can put it to good use at some time. And then I reach out and take it. It's a silver coin.
He then speaks right before you take it. He says, I only ask that you and your allies free the lamp from their clutches and use it for one last wish.
What is that wish?
Yours to choose. Hopefully something that'll turn the tides in your favor. But it's a deal to it was part of the pact centuries ago to allow for that Jafar would serve me for a thousand wishes, and this will be the last one. He has to last one he must, I guess, serve.
So you wish to free him?
More or less. I have an arrangement with Jafar himself, one he will not soon forget.
Did you make this offer to the others of the group?
Indeed. You of them are already quite quick to take me up on the offer. They know what awaits for you. Know you faced Nidel straightforward. He's with his sister, equally twisted and wicked.
So we must make one wish each, or one wish all of us together?
One wish, all of you together.
I accept. And thank you. And hope that we can serve you.
You already have. And smoke and fire and sulfur fills the air as you turn it to noodle light, once again shooting through the roof of the pier and across the astral sea, and you find yourself in a chamber, or a cavernous chamber with four pillars, like kind of like a Stonehenge type pillars, with your familiar friends of Callie and Skywar and Lorna, who I'm keeping confiscated into this channel for audio purposes. So let me move you to that channel real quick. Cronus, are you available, sir? All right. As you enter this chamber with Set and he speaks these words to you, he leans forward, his voice soft as slipping sand, and he says, You live in fragments, monk. Half memory, half potential. You know what a second chance really costs. He opens his palm. A flickering blue shard floats there. An echo of a timeline that almost was. This is not power. It's permission. One more move, one more breath. Use it well or not at all. The others won't understand, but you will. and you understand how the importance of something like this. I need you and your allies to defeat and kill Caligula and Nidel. Free the lamp from their clutches as they misuse it and never see it to realize its full potential under their captivity. I offer you this second chance to defeat them with only the request that you and your allies make one final wish with the lamp. And that wish can be anything your group desires. And something to wipe away the filth and the taint of these of Nidel and Caligula from the lamp in these chambers. The rules prevent the gods directly interfering, but I believe this settles the score quite evenly between myself and the Dark Disciples that are playing with fire at the moment. Do you accept my offer of help and agree to help me defeat these tieflings?
Real quick, I think it got brought up. What is he the god of?
Chaos, trickery, that kind of stuff. Death.
Okay.
Actually, let me look up. It's not death. I think that's another god in Assyrian or Egyptian mythology. But I know he's the god of chaos. I would have to look up a little more information to tell you a little.
Oh yeah,
more
no,
about
that's
it.
good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already made a wish this lifetime. I don't need another one.
You really think you can stand up to Nidel and his sister? Your group barely dealt with him the last time you guys encountered. He knows
Yes.
your strategies. He knows everything you have to throw at him. And now he has an ally quite more formidable than his previous one, Karai.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna kill him.
I hope you do. If you won't take this token and it vanishes from his phone, at least let me do this for you. And you feel all your wounds and everything heal, and you benefit from the effects of a short rest. Kill those tieflings. And I will look favorably down upon you and your group. And at this point, you kind of start turning into noodle light again, shooting through the peak of the pyramid, across the astral sea and galaxies, and you end up in a chamber, a cavernous chamber, seemingly back in the Cave of Wonders, with with familiar faces of Callie, Celine, Skywar, and Lorna. And I'll move us all back up there.
And that is the meaning of life.
Ah!
Lightsaber battles.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, you all find the five of you back in this chamber. Skybor, a really long cipher, sore eyes. But the rest of you, it's been a moment. It has been some time for you guys seeing each other too, from the mirrors and the encounter with Set. You find yourself in this room. Before I just sorry, let me just quickly describe the room more so that you're in. Where did it go? There we go. You see cracks in the floor and floating rings and this kind of this glowing rock in the center of this room. You notice on these pillars that they have different symbols. One has a Merlinian symbol, another an Olympian, and another one a Norse, and lastly an Assyrian. All the symbols seem to glow with some kind of etching and magic. And you guys find all of you kind of are in this chamber together, finally reunited. As you see familiar faces, what would you guys like to do?
Alright. before we go any further, we all took the deal was set, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
What?
You already said yeah. What do you mean what, Curtis?
You guys actually took that deal
Yes.
You didn't?
from the god of chaos
Yeah.
using an evil genie.
I mean, we need every advantage that we can get with all of this.
Plus, he's not directly trying to fuck us over.
Yeah.
That in part, I know. But also, the other two of you have been really quiet.
Yeah.
He offered me
sounded-
cookies.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Did you not take them because there was no milk?
No, I took them.
No, that's about right. But no, seriously, what did he want from everybody else?
He wanted to get us to get the lamp from the tieflings and make a wish to free Jafar.
Oh.
Mine just said to make a wish, and that it would free Jafar.
He said it would be binded Jafar to the lamp for 1,000 wishes, and this would be the 1,000th
Yeah.
wish, and that would free him. And I said, "You wish Jafar to be free from your control?" And he said, "I have an understanding with Jafar. I have other plans for him."
Oh no, Jafar promised him something. I don't know what, but Jafar promised him something, and he wants whatever was promised.
Oh no, guys,
Well,
did we fuck
I'm
up?
gonna go with the fact that wishes aren't being granted; they're being consumed.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
not
it-
going to mess with that.
To be fair, I did ask if it would be consumed or bind any of us to the lamp, and the answer was no.
You want to believe a being that's about chaos?
One, being about chaos doesn't necessarily mean he's willing to fuck you over completely. And two, no, of course I read him before I did it. The only thing he's hiding is that he has something else going on with Jafar. Everything else he told me was true.
And also, like, we don't have to wish for anything big. It could be like, yeah, I want 50 gold, or yeah, I want a diamond, and then it's just consumed. I don't know.
Lorna
what
does have a
happens?
point.
When freeing Jafar means you're releasing that evil on the world.
You mean like the other evil that's already on the world?
Yeah, that we're currently killing and we're not trying to free him.
Well,
Mm.
why don't we talk about what
Problem
we're
for
gonna-
another day.
Yeah. Why don't we?
But also, he did give me a good tool to use against the fuckers we're going to go fight.
That's good.
Yeah.
Something. I feel different. I had to drink weird stuff.
Yeah,
You had to
drink something.
stuff?
Yeah. There were like 3 lines of there was blood, liquid gold, and liquid silver all going into a chalice, and I had to drink it, and yeah.
What
See,
the
I
fuck?
really just had to fucking say yes. Like, did he not like you or something?
I don't know, but it was painful. It was the worst thing I've ever felt in my life, and I've gone through a lot of painful shit. It just, yeah. Did I fuck up?
You may
I
have.
I literally said yes, and now I have an ability to tell them no, they can't fucking not die.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to you.
Okay. Cool.
Ernest just shakes his head.
Look, okay, none of y'all were there to stop me. I was.
Okay, but wait,
Oh,
like,
so it's our fault?
No, it's
apparently
completely
we
my
have
fault.
self-control.
You are.
But, like, hang on. What do you mean when you say you feel different?
all I want to say is splitting the party needs to happen way more often.
Yes, it does.
What do you mean when you say you feel different?
I, uh, I don't know. Like, I don't feel any stronger. I'm pretty fucking strong. I don't know. He said I
Yeah,
would
you
be
are.
able to stop them from doing something like when what's his face consumed the keys. That I would be able to stop that from happening, or something like that.
Okay, so you got the ability to basically not let them flip the game
Yeah.
table over and say, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I got the ability to make them stay fucking dead.
Cool.
Or not regenerate, rebirth, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Skyball, what'd you get?
I just know that I got healed up, even though it seemed redundant. What did I get, Silent?
Nothing. You decline. You did not make an agreement with him.
Oh, okay.
You
So, yeah,
and
I get nothing.
A short rest. Everyone, by the way, gets a short rest as
Okay.
well. um,
All right.
'cause I don't want to rat anyone else. Anyone else want to fess up to taking the deal?
Oh,
Or
she's
not-
gonna
or-
look at Salim next, who was offered cookies. What'd you get? Did you
I got
get
2
anything?
arrows, 1 for each.
Are they at least good arrows that'll actually do something, or just like?
Yep.
Can I see those arrows?
I pull out 2 arrows from my quiver, and each one is just a different color.
Huh.
Do they actually look like different arrows, or do they just look like ones he's had before?
They're just regular arrows. Well, I mean, they look like regular arrows, but they have different color to them. To the what's the pointy thing?
Tip?
Oh,
End of the. I can't think of
The
the
head?
arrowhead. Yes,
Arrowhead?
sorry, the arrowhead.
Oh, right. Short rest does not mean immediate healed up. I'm an idiot.
Each arrowhead is a different color. 1 for each tiefling.
All right.
Okay.
And Cronus, judging from the judgmental look, you didn't take anything, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he was offering me a shard of time where I was something more. And I don't need that.
Your freaking abilities that would probably make it you less strong and deadly.
I mean, that wouldn't be completely fun for the god of chaos.
No. Okay. Cool. Cool. Where the hell did you go, Skybor?
I went to the ethereal plane. I thought that maybe I could find the tieflings there, but no, they weren't. So I scouted ahead to see if they were hiding. Nope, they weren't. In fact, they're thousands of miles away.
the only the purple keys were thousands of miles away.
Which is
The
what they
other-
took.
The white and red key, which is the ones that Nidell and Klieger both bear,
Oh.
those were physically here still.
Oh,
Oh, so they
So,
must
like,
have set
that
it off.
all far away, or?
As in back in the Western Kingdoms far away.
I know, I was asking Skybor.
Damn.
Oh, sorry.
they're that far away.
Muting myself again.
That, how far? What?
They're far away. Other continent.
All of them?
The purple ones.
Oh. Okay.
And
Are the
that's
other
just the
ones-
keys. That's not necessarily the tieflings.
Are the other ones closer?
Yeah, there's some around here. I lost track of them when I got pulled out of the ethereal plane against my will.
That sounds like a fun time.
Okay.
So we'll need to do 2 of them, not 3.
That's better.
Yeah.
For a bit, at least. Right. So, we're gonna go do that now, or...
I mean, yeah,
keep on
probably.
heading in? We have to
Before
find-
they, like, decide to take the lamp and fuck off.
Yeah, that too. Alrighty. Well, Lorna's gonna grab her pack and start heading probably the wrong direction. Right, yep, other way.
Sure you're alright?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Y'all coming, or...
Yep.
Yeah.
Which way did it go?
Wait, why are we following Skyball which way?
Yeah, why are you following me?
I don't know. Shadow, which way?
Well, actually, you guys aren't going much of anywhere because as you find yourself in this room, the 3 doors ahead are all vaulted shut. As mentioned when you first kind of entered, you saw some symbols and things and etchings on the pillars ahead of you. You also start seeing some etchings and stuff on the walls that you're welcome to inspect and investigate around the room as well.
Alright. We're not going anywhere because the doors are fucking shut.
I feel like Lorna just, like, walks up to one of them and expects it to just lift, and she's just like, right, okay. Not
I'm gonna
that
start trying to read what's on the walls.
way. Yeah.
Shadow is going to scout the room since he has 30 feet blind sight. Going to see if there's anyone that might be invisible around.
Okay. Shadow will start to patrol the room and do as you say. He's not alerting you on anything quite yet. I'm sorry, who said they were going up to that was you, Callie, that was going up to the walls?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and give me one of your favorite history, arcana, or religion. Based on your choice, I will let you know what you learn. Religion.
Once again, 11.
Wow.
This is like
You-
the third 11 for religion checks tonight.
Taking your focus off the glowing orb in the center of the room and focusing on the walls that it illuminates, you are going to start to make out, specifically when you get to the Olympian section, depictions of grand stories from that pantheon. It covers several of the stories that you have been taught and have learned from your teachings over the years, and depicts many of the famous deities in that pantheon. Until you start to notice it shift over to other pantheons. Only reason you're familiar is from your study with divinity and all that stuff, but and also your time traveling with Lorna McKinley, that you would recognize the symbols and everything starts to shift from Olympian over to more Norse pantheon. Depictions of Odin, Loki, things of that nature are depicted in these drawings. And then lastly, you're going to notice the depiction of Set and Ra and very other famous kind of deities from the Assyrian kind of mythology.
Alright, all I got from these are Favorite childhood myths? Most likely Norse ones and the other ones. By myths, I mean stories, because these all happened.
Anybody else want to investigate the room?
I'm going to check out one of the doors.
Okay.
The one that would be closest to that batch of symbols.
Lorna will help him check it out. I feel like Lorna's
Test
just
it,
like,
see if it's locked, see if there's a trap on it, all that basic stuff.
I feel like Lorna just lifts him up so he can see the top of the door.
You're
Go
helping.
ahead, give me an investigation with advantage from Lorna's ability to lift you up high and low.
Instead of squinting, you just have your barbarian lift you up.
This is not your night for rolling tonight,
know.
Celine.
12.
Join the club.
The door doesn't look like it has any clear mechanisms or things like that. It seems very reminiscent to the locked sealed chamber door where you first entered the Cave of Wonders.
Any symbols on it?
No special symbols, no.
I'm going to knock on it 3 times and say, "Open sesame."
I'm kind of kicking myself for not incorporating that into this adventure now, but no, that doesn't do anything.
Well, there goes my history.
Anybody investigating the pillars in the room?
Yeah, I would.
All right. Cronus, spending this time while they investigate the doors and the rest of the room, you'll look at the carvings on the pillars. So you'll notice that there is a few of the symbols you'll notice just from your own experience. Clearly, you notice the symbol of one of the pillars as Merlin. The next one you recognize only, and I'm gonna say you know this, not that you're a very spiritual person or divine person, but you and Lorna are two of the only people from this group that would have spent a lot of time at I'm sorry, oh nope, I'm sorry, Callie would notice this too, but
He's like,
you,
really?
I'm sorry, you weren't there. Let me see. Okay, Cronus and Lorna, you know something more about the historical chronological aspect of this, but Callie, you and Lorna recognize that this one symbol as a Olympian symbol. You do know, Cronus and Lorna only knows this one from their experience back at the Temple of Neptune, like 5 years ago in real life time.
No.
And you knew that the Atlantean or Olympian gods were kind of considered the old gods from the previous era, and that the Norse gods are from this current era pantheon. All the pantheons coexist now. They've been like our leftovers from the previous eras and cycles of Fantasia. But you know that the current era pantheon was Norse, the previous one was Olympian, and the one before that you're not sure of, but you recognize the Norse symbol, Lorna, and you and Callie and Cronus recognize the Merlinian and the Olympian symbols. I think I got that right. There's one final symbol just from your time here at the cave, as familiar to kind of Egyptian or Assyrian kind of mythology and pantheon. But those are the 4 symbols of the pillars. Cronus, do you touch or do anything else to the pillars as you are investigating them, or just looking at this time?
I think we would need to touch them in order of age, oldest to the youngest. what seems like to me.
Yeah, but that's not the route I would take. We came in here looking for a tiefling and keys, so I will touch the Merlin symbol.
And it hums and glows nice and warm. It stays lit, the symbol. Would you like to investigate another pillar, or anybody else, as the group will notice the glyph kind of glowing now?
Gonna go look at the Olympian one. What
Yeah.
symbol is it?
It's Olympian symbol.
Just says the word Olympus on it.
It's like very unique to the Olympian pantheon. Clearly, you know what it is, Callie. You don't need me to describe it to you.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like in cartoons. You don't actually see writings. It's just like wiggle lines going across a page.
Yeah, just squiggles. I touched the squiggly, familiar squiggle thing. Just see what it
Light
does,
of-
like with the finger.
The light of the orb turns from glowing gold to a burning red, and then all the glyphs kind of glow red and all fade. None of them remain illuminated at this point, and the ball kind of slowly goes back to a more amber glow.
Fun fact: I
Alright.
think that's not the correct second one.
Nope.
No.
I think the second one would be the Egyptian. So Cronus, I'm gonna touch yours again, then I'll touch the Egyptian one.
They both remain aglow.
Do you want to try yours
Oh,
next?
Cronus
Kelly?
didn't actually say he touched his yet.
Oh, sorry, Curtis.
Yeah, no, I would have.
And then I'll touch the Egyptian. That's
And then
1 and
I'll
2.
touch mine.
Okay.
Because bronze is a good color for Olympians,
Yeah.
sure.
Right?
Mhm.
Totally.
Does the Olympian one glow?
we
Yep,
have
that one glows next, and then there's only one that remains.
one
which
that
is
puts
the
her
Norse.
hand on the Norse one.
Right. The orb that's in the room glows a little bit more bright, radiant white than amber as before, as the cavern illuminates and the doors in the center starts to open before you, revealing this long hallway leading to this massive chamber down the way. Do you guys proceed?
Well, I don't think we can go backwards, so onward.
Onwards we go.
Skyball, do you want to continue leading us? Mm.
Wow.
Sure.
Jeez. I just. Oh, yep. Yep.
Okay. So, are you guys all entering then?
Yeah, I have Shadow next to me, and he'll kind of act like, in case something is hidden. Again, keeping an eye out on things that are like we can't see. One of these days, his blind sight's going to come in handy. Even if it's going to be like the final session.
Yeah.
So as you guys kind of walk down this hallway and then through this door, you start to see the chamber up ahead start to come to light a little bit, and you notice candlelight, torches, other things that are kind of illuminate, kind of highlights and glints some gold, sand, and dust that's fills the chamber ahead. You see as you about further down the hallway, you see that there is a long obsidian table with plentiful amounts of food. It's a feast for kings and everyone alike. And you see, as you get closer down the hallway, Caligra and Nidell near the table. One's both kind of picking at some of the food on the table, but they are already looking in your direction of the hallway as you hear the door that you guys entered close behind you. As you guys kind of take your footsteps, you'll hear Caligra's soft, silky, poetic voice welcoming you guys. Karuda, please come in. We've been waiting so long for you to join us. Please sit. We have so much to eat and discuss, and such little time to do it all. And I think that's where we'll pick up next session.
We need to find the strategy guys that the bad guys are using to get around these traps and shit.
Right.
I'm pretty sure their strategy guide is they've been alive since the first fucking time.
Yeah. Oh boy.
They're cheating by not dying.
Oh no. Well,
They're using cheat codes.
I know there was a lot of split the party. I hope we kept it shuffling around decently. But I think it worked out perfectly because I really loved the kind of the phone tag that happened afterwards. Like, well, this is what I was offered. Well, this is what I was told. This is what I decided. And you know what's funny about the whole thing?
What?
None of us remembered it correctly.
Guess how many people insight checked set?
I was
Me?
trying
Nada.
to.
One person.
I was trying to. I asked.
That's the only reason Callie knew about all the other details.
God.
That he wasn't completely full of shit and really just didn't want to tell us why he needs Jafar.
Gosh darn
Loved it.
it.
I absolutely loved it. I think it worked out great. It made the story way more interesting because now I got to figure out what the fuck's gonna happen. But it was great.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
And just to confirm, we're skipping next week and then we're back the week after?
That is correct. Yep, I will be out next week, but I will be back the next. So that means we're picking back up on the 24th.
Amazing.
And I hope you guys are still at the show. But I just moved you to the room, and I think that's the first time you've seen Caligra. So cool.
Oh, why are they hot?
They always
I
are.
mean,
They
they always are.
The
Why are they
deadly
always
ones
a
are always
redhead?
beautiful.
Yes.
It is also always a redhead, damn it.
Always a redhead.
He's right.
It's so true. Oh boy.
Well, at least you guys will get a full tummy before you guys decide what to do.
Do you think I'm eating from that table?
Oh hell no.
Wow,
I shall feed upon their corpses.
I got you
Like,
guys.
yeah, yes. Let's
I gotta-
eat this food and hope it doesn't give us food poisoning.
I got a few good bargains agreements made when I separated you guys. Let's see what I can get done at the dinner table.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was because you separated the collective brain cells and sense of self-preservation.
I
You
separated
know
you
what
guys.
else we could have done? Was use that scouter to tell each other what we were doing.
Huh.
It's fine.
Three of us could have. We
Yeah.
were the three who took the deal.
Yo.
I don't think it would have helped.
Hey, this seems like a really good deal. You should take. It's gonna be the same people talk. Like, definitely, I'll get you. Get that. I'll get this.
Yep. And then, like, the two suspicious ones would be like, this is a bad idea, right? Yep. No, they could have talked together. It's probably fucking different plans.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have considered it.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It was. I mean, definitely has some strings attached, but it's definitely gonna make
course
my
it
job
does.
as a DM. It's gonna be very challenging with these guys against you. I feel like with the amount of arrangements, so I'll have to get a little clever. But that was
Well,
the
you
whole
know, he didn't
point.
actually say. he said after you defeat the tieflings, make a wish. He didn't
And
say when we needed to make the wish.
I specifically asked what the wish needed to be, and he didn't say it had to be to free anybody. So literally, it could be, I would like a glass of milk.
Wait, oh
Well,
no.
He told me we need to use it to help in our
No,
quest.
casting the wish will free Jafar,
Yes.
Right.
from what I understand it. We do not have to use the wish to free Jafar, because I asked him what he wanted the wish to be, and he said it could be anything you want.
I
he
wish
told me
to
to
keep
use it.
Jafar trapped.
We could.
I wish to reset his wishes back to 0.
We'll gain an enemy,
Oh,
but he'll
But
need
he
to get
actually-
1,000 other people to make a wish.
Yep. He actually didn't say we had to do it immediately. He didn't set a time limit.
Nope.
We'll wait till we're 150 years old and feeble and in the nursing home, and then we'll. Oh yeah, remember that wish we're supposed to make?
Oh my gosh, I have an idea, but I can't do that.
Now
what?
you need to send it. No, don't give him the idea. Send it.
I'm messaging him.
Give me 2 weeks to think about it, Lorna.
No. Use your own imagination.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. I had a great time tonight. I know it was lost split the party, but I hope you guys kind of like the individual deals and role playing.
That was
So,
fun.
yeah, I kind of liked. It was really great seeing you guys regroup and start playing the phone game with each other. Like, well, this is what the deal was. No, this is what the deal was. I loved it.
It's
You
like
drank
you all made the fucking deal. You drank what? What do you mean you had to drink something?
This is the hag all over again.
All right, guys. I had a blast. I will see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.